Nothing divides teachers more than a heated debate over whether or not to accept late homework. Okay, maybe there are other topics that fuel the let's agree to disagree debate, but I do know some teachers that not accepting late work is the hill they will die on. Is not accepting late work what's best for students and what works for your teaching philosophy? Welcome to the Teacher Revolution, where I give you tips and tricks to continue to grow as an educator. I'm Cindy, I'm a counselor and a teacher coach. In this video, I want to explore the accepting late homework debate in hopes that it will guide you in making a choice that you feel comfortable with and provides learning for your students. Initially, I thought of sharing a pro and con list, but that would start to become biased based on my teaching philosophy. So instead, let's look at some questions to help you decide on what your late homework policy should look like. Before we jump in, make sure to check out the link below for my mini course, Online Teaching Bootcamp, where I cover how to lesson plan, how to boost student engagement, how to check for understanding effectively, and how to differentiate. The debate whether or not to accept late homework depends on a few factors: the grade you teach, the subject, and more importantly, your teaching philosophy. If you're debating on whether or not to accept late homework, here are some questions you should consider and reflect on. To begin with, why would you consider allowing students to turn in late homework? And this is where the teaching philosophy comes into play. I have seen students turn in 10, 15, and even 25 missing assignments at one time at the end of the semester to try to boost their grade. Is that effective? And what did the student learn from that? Another question to consider is, does turning in late homework allow students to learn at their own pace? I've heard this from some educators, and I can agree partially, but only for students who have a tutor or someone at home that can help them. Another question to consider is, where do you stand on using homework to teach responsibility? This is another idea I hear often from teachers, but if the only time you're talking to your students about responsibility is during homework checks, then that talk is not effective at all. If you do decide to allow for late homework, keep in mind all the logistics to make it happen. Like, where will you keep copies of the old assignments? How far back will students be able to go to complete their missed assignments? What will your process be to grade all those missing assignments that were like weeks ago? And how will you provide feedback? Ready for a free one-on-one session with me to discuss your late homework policy or anything else that you might need advice on? Head over to my website at cindyrosa.com for some information. The debate on whether or not to accept late homework will probably continue for a long time. The important question to ask yourself is, why am I assigning homework? Is it because I'm expected to? Because I'm using it effectively and it benefits my students? Or am I trying to teach my students some important study skills? What's your homework philosophy, and do you accept late homework? Leave a comment below. I hope you found this information helpful and it made you kind of think and wonder, what am I going to do about my late homework policy? And if you enjoyed it, make sure you click that like button. Thank you for watching.